All right. Well, it is August 17th, 1 month since I had my surgery. Things are, progressing fairly well. I need a shave. Geez, sorry. Working from home today. I did this week start going back to the office in person. That worked out pretty well. Um, but I was worried because, sorry, on a few days of the last couple weeks, I've had nausea that ended up expressing itself the way that nausea sometimes does with a return of a meal. And I was afraid I might do that at work. Didn't do it. Um, I found some flavored tuna pouches that I can put in my backpack and take to work. That seems to be working. It's hard to explain to some coworkers why I can't really go to lunch with them yet. Just because a lot of the restaurants they want to go to, and a lot of the restaurants around town, where up in Bentonville, where I work, um, don't have many items that I can actually eat yet. Um, so that sucked. Um, but once I hit the 3 month mark where I can have like textures and crunchy foods and whatnot back, I can at least get a salad at a lot of places. Um, so that'll be helpful. Uh, you got to focus on protein, of course. You know, I have been getting my proteins close. Not every day do I get it all the way, especially the days where, yeah. Um, I found that in the mornings is when I'm most upset to my stomach, most nauseous. I haven't been able to eat solid breakfast most days. I'm still doing the shakes, which I'm so sick of the shakes. It's not even funny. Not that there's anything wrong with the shakes. It's just I've gotten to a point where I've had them so much I'm unappetized by them. They're unappealing. Um, I don't know what's going on. My voice, it was doing this before the surgery and all that, so it's like, so my voice is kind of going in and out this morning. And yesterday it was really out. But I'm down over 30 pounds based on my scale. Um, and there's a notification that I've got a work meeting to be to in 5 minutes. So I better wrap this up. Um, what else to say? My diet hasn't changed a whole lot since I started eating the solid foods. Like say tuna, some cold cuts. I found out kind of the hard way that roast beef cold cuts are not working for me yet. I've been eating a lot of chicken. Specifically, I'll get the Tyson pre-cooked fajita chicken strips, and I'll microwave them and then kind of shred them up with a fork and a knife. And I've been mixing in some dehued sauces, and then I'll make some vegetables to go along the side with it. Carrots have been good. Uh, Collard greens. I'm still working through a giant can of collard greens. I'm about halfway there. I hope it doesn't go bad before I finish. We'll see. What else? Now, like I say, I'm doing pretty good. I'm progressing well. I need to, now that I'm going into the office a couple days of the week. That's, I think, gonna help out. Excuse me. Um, yeah. I need to get more walking in, of course. I don't have all my stamina back, so I wanted to mow my lawn, but since I don't have the stamina back after I'm hiring a guy that came and did it while I was still recovering from surgery. My dad had found him um, and hired him to do it once. I called him back again. Hand shaking, sorry. So he's gonna come hopefully this Sunday and mow it for me again. Things are progressing, doing well. It's a process. Okay, see you next time. Bye. Hello again. I'm a little later than I intended to be with this video. It's currently September 19th, which is 2 months and 2 days after my surgery. As of the other day, I'm down 50 pounds now, which is great. I keep looking at myself in the camera. I'm not supposed to do that. So after my last video on August the 28th, I had my 6-week appointment, which I don't know if it was exactly 6 weeks, give or take 6 weeks. At which time, though my blood sugar was a little elevated that morning, even though it was a fasting visit, after telling them what my sugars have been, forgot who it was that did my appointment. Maybe it was a nurse practitioner, or it wasn't the doctor roller. It was one of the other folks that works there. Basically, the guy told me that if my blood sugar has been that good, they're okay with me stopping my metformin, which I did since that day. Also, he did say don't stop with the blood pressure medication. The metformin's for my diabetes. The blood pressure medication, they said just keep that. But if you start like feeling lightheaded when you go to stand up, maybe you can try and back off of that. But since that appointment, I have been off of my diabetes medication. And my blood sugar has been pretty good. So here in a couple weeks, I have my 3-month appointment. Early October. It's actually going to be a little earlier than 3 months, but close enough. And hopefully then they'll let me have what they call textures back, which will mean that I can have like a salad, crisp vegetables, protein chips, maybe a protein bar for breakfast instead of the shake. That'd be great. The powdered, mix yourself shakes, I can't do anymore. At this point, the texture just grosses me out. And I've switched to, where I can, the pre-made shakes, which are better. Have a little, they still have the same kind of funky taste, but the gross texture is gone. That's most of what I got to say right now, because elsewise things are doing well. Been busy. That's why I'm a little late. Partly just things going on in life. Partly that I'm getting ready for Halloween stuff, because, it's September and all of that. So that's not what this video is about, but that's just an explanation about why I'm a little late on this. But since I'm planning to edit this all together as one video, who cares? Anyway, check in with you next time. So it's November 11th, 2023, and stepped on the scale. Sorry, Facebook notification popped up there. And I've done it again a couple times since. But for one particular instance, the scale read 199. That's a number I haven't seen in 7 years. And yeah, kind of hit me a little bit. Yeah, I've still got further to go. And hopefully to make that one a permanent. Every time I jumped on the scale, except that one time, it went to 200.0. But 199.0, I actually saw that. Yeah, it's awesome. And I thought that was noteworthy. So I'm going to leave it at that. And probably need to get cleaned up and like comb my hair. And I'm not going to shave today, but you know. Anyway. Yeah. The process works. See you soon. Hey y'all, it's Friday, January 19th, 2024. Happy New Year, by the way. It's a bit late. Meant to do this last week, Monday of last week actually, which was my 6-month appointment with the clinic. But you know, hey, things happen, time gets away, especially, you know, post-holiday season, right? You should see my garage. I haven't been able to use it since October. Where was I going with this? Right. So, my 6-month appointment. My results were that I have lost 66.11% of my excess body weight at this point, or at the point of the appointment. I may have lost a little more, a little less by now. I don't know. It fluctuates day to day. I think I'm a little low right now. I've still got further to go. But what they said was at that 66.11% excess body weight loss, I'm actually a little bit ahead of where they normally expect people to be, which is in a good way. They normally expect people to be there at about 60% by this point. Excuse me, I haven't shaved this week. It's been cold and chapped face makes it hard. You know, you don't like shaving when it's, you know. Anyway. And then there's this left loose skin. What am I saying? It'll tighten up eventually, I hope. But I'm being a little scatterbrained because I'm technically doing work and my brain is in a different place. The excess body weight loss at this point, they say I am at a BMI of 30.7. And the line with BMI is 30 between just being overweight and being obese. So I'm almost there. I don't mind being overweight. I mean, heck, at weigh-in, I've lost about 80 pounds. My personal goal was just to get under 200. I'm past that. When I weighed myself this morning on my scale, not their scale, but my scale's a little, I don't know, different. Also, you know, I'm not as fully clothed when I'm at, you know, on my scale as I am when I'm there. So at my scale, I was at 182 and a half this morning, which, you know, I just wanted to get under 200. The lowest weight I ever got to when I had my diabetes diagnosis and they had me on the pills and whatnot that made me drop a whole lot real quick was 198. That was the lowest I got to there. Since having this surgery, I'm at 182 and a half, and I've still got a little ways to go. They estimate I can get to 145. I used to think that was ambitious. Now I'm not so sure. We'll see. I've got my 9-month appointment in April, I believe. I set it up. I can't remember the exact date, but yeah, that's coming up. So what else? What else? What else? Oh, they gave me back healthy carbs. Obviously, I still have to, you know, and I get a little more flexibility on the calories and fat, as I understood it. You know, not going crazy, not going crazy. I obviously, if I'm ahead of schedule with my weight loss, I've been doing okay as far as managing that, even when I've gone over. Um, yeah, the healthy carbs has changed things quite a lot, like when getting my textures back did. Um, you know, I've just done tortillas. I started with like a regular like flour low carb, which is okay. That was last week. I just had a few of them. This week I went to the store and I bought some of these that are low carb or carb control. I think is what they're marketed as. I don't know, but they're like a whole wheat tortilla, and they're not only do they're like one calorie less than the flour ones, but they actually taste a lot better. Like, I don't know if that just means my taste buds have changed or what, but yeah. So I've been using those and combining them with the stuff I was already eating, basically just making, kind of like tortillas or tacos or burritos with them, well, soft tacos, you know. But gosh, that has changed a lot. I do kind of, I think I can cheat a little bit here and there, but as long as I'm not going crazy. But yeah, things are looking good. I don't know what else to say. And I think I'm rambling at this point. So I'm going to wrap this particular report up. Probably see you at the 9 month point. We'll see. Bye. Hello. It's April 8th, 2024. I'm down in Little Rock, actually, visiting my parents. Came down for the eclipse, the total solar eclipse. Little Rock is in the path of totality. It was amazing. It was about an hour and a half ago that it finished up. But it was a week ago today, and I forgot to make this video, which is what I'm making now, where I had my 9 month appointment. At which time they told me I was about 77% of my excess weight loss, which is only about 9 pounds from the previous appointment. I had some stomach problems, mostly due to something I ate that ultimately I gained like 5 pounds, so I should have been like 14 pounds less or something like that. But they told me that my BMI was now under 30, meaning that I am now out of the range that is considered obese. So that's awesome. I've got another appointment with them. Not quite 1 year appointment, but I guess it's 1 year after I started officially seeing them, when it's coming up on June 22nd, I think. So we'll see what happens then. This time they basically gave me more carbs back and said they actually want me eating carbs with every meal, because at this point, like, they don't want me losing muscle mass, because I've crossed the threshold at which if I don't start eating more carbs, I will kind of go into, I guess what they say, a stasis or something like that, where I just won't lose anymore, because my body thinks, well, it's out of fuel, so stop burning it, something like that. Again, it's been about a week. Their explanation would have been fresher in my mind a week ago. I'm at a point where I'm having to buy new, smaller clothes of all levels. That's all I should say there. It's interesting. There's some weird things I'm noticing about changes in my body because of the loss of weight and the lack of loss of the excess skin that was containing that weight in certain areas. But that's where I'm at. Anyway, all good news mostly. All good news mostly. All good news. No real problems. Yeah, we'll see you probably in June. Hello again. Monday, June 24th, 2024. Today, I had my 1-year appointment at the roller clinic. Not actually a full year since the surgery. The surgery was on the 17th of July last year. So it's the unofficial 1 year. It's definitely been a year since I first started my appointments with them. But this is my 1 year as far as reviewing my progress post-surgery. The report is good. I'm down, they said, somewhere between 78 and 80% of my excess body weight. Hey, check that, looking good, right? Blood sugar, I think, is good. I mean, they didn't check A1C today, but a couple weeks, about a month or so back, my primary care physician checked it, and it was 4.5, which is amazing. Blood pressure was down yet again this time. The ultimate bill of health is that I'm about 100 pounds down from when I first went to them when I had the surgery. So yeah, that is a good year's worth of progress. From here on out, I'm kind of cleared for normal eating. They, of course, said to watch, focus on protein, of course, be mindful of balance. I'm going to slowly wean myself off of the acid blockers they had me prescribed. And they even said the probiotic, which I've been taking post-surgery, I can finish up what I've got, and then I don't have to take that anymore. They did say, the dietitian said, it's probably not a bad idea to keep taking one, but I don't have to. And I don't have to take the one that they've got. I still have to take my supplements and all that. They'll check back on that again in my next appointment, which is in like 6 months, so sometime in December. But yeah. Oh, and they bumped my calcium up. Probably because I mentioned that it's sometimes harder to get all the calcium in, especially on the days where I have to go into the office. So 2 days a week I have to go into the office, and I forget to take my little calcium chews with me most of the time when I do that. So they want me to take them 3 times a day. Just, better calcium intake, which is fine. The calcium chews are probably the most enjoyable of the supplements. They're like, they're like Tootsie Rolls or Starbursts or whatnot. Just a little chewier. So they're actually good flavored. So I don't mind that. So honestly, I don't know where else to go with this series from here. I mean, all things considered, would I have done the surgery again? If I had a chance to change my mind, absolutely, I would have done it again. I'm glad I did it. I feel healthier. I think I look better. There's still some weirdness that comes with this kind of stuff, like loose skin and, I got a little loose skin, stuff like that. Your gastrointestinal tract is different, so it acts different. That's going to always be a thing. But yeah, totally worth it. Glad I could do it. Thankful to the people at Roller for, helping me live a healthier lifestyle, honestly. Just no longer fighting my own body. So I think that's honestly where I end this series for now. I'll have to edit this. This is going to be a really long video. It's probably going to be like an hour long. I don't think anybody will watch it, but it will be there for anybody that wants to. So yeah. That's my friend James at the door, so it's time to end this now. Bye. And that's how it happened. Lighter now, definitely healthier, off the diabetic and blood pressure meds, and pretty much transitioning, to normal eating habits. There will always be some stuff that lingers, like how much I can eat and not drinking until 30 minutes after I've eaten, which is a thing. You'll get used to that. And there's this stuff like these supplements that we'll have to take for the rest of our lives, like the iron and the calcium citrate and the multivitamin stuff. But there we have it. I mean, it's a much better way than fighting our body. Now we're working together. 'Tis quite the tale, lad. However, you neglected to mention how it applies to old Gassy and I. Huh? Mm-hmm. He's kidding, right? Like, he knows we're all... What part of this are you not understanding? What devilry is this? My coat is as if some young lad has gotten to his father's wardrobe. My sleeping pantaloons is ballooned to all but bloomers. Name the heathen deity what done this to me. No, there's no curse on you. It's science. It's a medical procedure we had done a year ago. How do I explain this to him? What are you saying? That happened to ye, not I. Ah. When you say it like that, 'tis a new adventure for us all. Okay, that's enough. Hey man, check it out. These pants finally fit again.